My neighbors sure have a lot of fun over there. I mean, we have a lot of fun over here too, but they have a lot of fun over there. Yamato smiled, pleasantly, amused by the noise next door. You know, if they are foreigners, they're still living here in Japan, and that means I need to protect them too. The happiness of their lives is at stake, just as much as it is of mine. And that's why I have to fight, to stop the Balboa Empire menace at all costs. Unaware of what his neighbors were talking about, Yamato reaffirmed his pledge. Fight on, Yuki Yamato. Fight on. Never give up. Stryker 0. Oh dear. Chapter 2. End. Well, probably could have gotten through that before we cut for the episode. Goodness gracious. Let's leave it over here in 3. Come on. Chapter 3. An American Ninja. Enter the American Ninja. You know, ninjas. Oh, that reminds me, I had a suggestion to see if we can actually skip. There's a button here, and I don't know what it does. So we just saved, so this is fine. Because we don't need to really go through all of this, we just need to get to, like, the next storyline, like, decision-making part, so that we can then decide what we're going to choose, and then continue on and blah blah blah, right? So let's hit the skip button and just see what happens. If something bad happens, we can always come back. There it goes. Whoop, 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 whoop. Wow, whoop. Yep, whoop, whoop. Oh, many people. Oh goodness, here it goes. Oh dear. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, look at that cute little girl. Ah, here we go. I don't remember what we chose last time. I'm sure I probably let her down easy, but I think this time, let's go with, I just don't know who the fuck you are. No, I just don't know you. I mean, nothing you said rings a bell at all. Oh no. You really must have the wrong person. I mean, you said it's been years, it's only natural. But you spell your name just the same, and you even talk the same. You're the Yamato-kun I know. I'm sure of it. Regardless of what you say, I just don't know you. Please, just leave me alone. Oh. What is this? A friend of yours, Haruna? Yeah. This is Yamato-kun. He's my childhood friend. I think. I just don't remember her, though. You really were. Stop making jokes, Yamato-kun. He looks a little dour to be joking right now. Dour? This is how I always look. Huh? I need to turn that down my earballs. Ooh. Nope, don't hit that button. What is it? It feels like I've seen you before. Remember that shootout in the office park? The terrorist attack thingy? Yeah, it was those vile miscreants I mentioned earlier, I'm sure. Yeah, that was on the news. You were there, weren't you? Was that on the roof of a building? Could they really have shown that on the news? I couldn't have been there. I watched it on the news just like you guys did. Yeah. Really? Well, either way, if regular citizens knew my identity, it would put them in danger. I had to be careful. That reminds me. Why did you move here? I'm sorry, but I can't tell you. It's classified information. You can tell us that much, can't you? I mean, I've been worried about you for so long. No, you haven't. No, I can't tell you. There's nothing I can tell you at all. You're a jerk, Yamato-kun. Wow. Hango's, what's a female teacher? Hango-san, I know you're happy about seeing your old friend, but we're still in homeroom. Right. I'm sorry. Oh, for heaven's sake. I'm not even finished. I still knew nothing about Balbora was planning, but I couldn't reveal my identity to these girls until I knew more about them. The Balborans might even try to integrate spies into the general populace. Yamato, you hit the nail on the nose of the eagle bear. Big. And if that's the case, then by transferring to this school...
I'm sorry I'm late.
Oh, there you are.
I've been looking for you everywhere.
Hey, Teach. Who's that cutie?
Didn't I mention we have a student transferring in today? I'm sorry. I got lost. I had to ask a policeman to show me the way.
What a coincidence. That's exactly what happened to me, too.
Really? Then that means...
I'm Yuki Yamato. I just transferred to this school, too. It's nice to meet you. It's good not to be the only new person.
Oh, that's you. I was nervous about today, but when they said there was another student coming in, I just felt so relieved. Do you think we could help each other find our way around?
Yeah, I would like that too.
Oh, okay. I look forward to working with you.
Whoa.
Father, Mother, I met a very nice boy on the first day of class.
Well, now that everyone's settled, why don't you introduce yourselves? Maybe it'll cheer you boys up some.
What? Yes, ma'am. Excuse me. I am Kazumi Rin. I just moved here because of circumstances. By the way, everyone, lately there's been a very strange person in this neighborhood. I happened to catch a glimpse of him. I think he might be dangerous. He's wearing a long coat and hides his face with a scarf, so he must be up to something. Doesn't it make you suspicious? If you know anything, please tell me. But don't get too close to him either. Safety first. Curiosity killed the cat, they say. I'm sure you're all nervous, but try to rest easy. Things will be back to normal soon. Justice will always prevail in the end.
Yeah, Rin. You just really stun them all to silence.
What the what's... these transfers these days, they're just fucking weird. Speaking of which, did we get both of them in our class? How did that happen? It seems very suspicious.
What? They don't seem riled up, but I stayed up all night preparing that speech. What do I do? Captain Murray said that first impressions are the most important.
I couldn't have said that better. That's amazing. I'm glad that one other person is taking an interest in local affairs and the safety and security of the populace. And young lady, Kazumi Rin, was that your name? I applaud you and your efforts to safeguard our community and our classroom. Bravo.
What?
It was a short speech, but I think you really inspired them.
What? Thank you.
I don't know anything about the man you were talking about. He sounds dashing, though. But it's good to have a warning, right? Kazumi Rin, wasn't it? Didn't I just say that? I don't even know. I hope we can be friends. And not just, show each other around. It's a real pleasure. A real, very pleasurable. Also, are you a vampire? I had to ask. I was noticing your red eyes. It's kind of freaking me out. You're cute as a button, but I've been seduced by a vampire before, and it didn't go well. So, and if I ask you, you have to tell me. Those are the rules. If you're a vampire, you have to say. If I say, "Are you a vampire?" and you say no, then that's entrapment or something.
The pleasure's all mine. Father, Mother, I think I'll do well in this class.
I'm sitting. Wow.
Well, I'm sitting right here. You know, Yamato-kun? You jerk?
Oh, I think there's everything for homeroom. I don't know why the boys look so depressed, though. Yuki-kun, you're next to Hongo-san. Kazumi-san is next to Ichimanji-san. Homeroom is starting, so please take your seats. Oh, sorry. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Ichimanji-san. Ichimanji-san?
That's me. Come over here.
Yes, ma'am. I'm glad we're sitting together, Yamato-kun.
Yeah. Thrilled. I hope you'll help me through the transition. What? Yamato, what transition are you talking about?
Sure. Just ask me anything. I know all about it.
My introduction was the thing I was most worried about. I'm glad it was a success. I'd integrated successfully into class, and into the class body, and into somebody else's. No, sorry. There was no suspicion at all that I was Stryker Zero or any other superhero. But I couldn't let down my guard. Not yet. Not until I rooted out the spy, which I was now convinced existed, and was in my classroom.
Teacher, my geography textbook is missing a country.
I don't think that's possible.
Yes, it is. A really big country. It begins with a B, ends with an A.
Bora Bora. No. Buenos Aires. No, I don't think any of those places are countries. Babylonia. Brazers. It's a Canadian edition. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Their propaganda machine is amazing.
Huh? Is she talking about Balbora or Barbados? No, it couldn't be. The people of this world knew nothing about Balbora. In 10 years I'd been pursuing them, no one had ever heard of them. Now, she must be talking about something else. Some other country I've never heard of. I continued my school day in silence. During the break, classmates surrounded my fellow transfer Kazumi and bombarded her with questions, mostly about her eyes and whether she was a vampire. They'd heard the rule too, so they were also concerned. Whoa! Oh, I see. So you're coming home after living abroad.
Yes, well, yes, more or less.
Hey, are any of you boys in this class your type?
Yeah, how about me, huh? I have no girlfriend or nothing. So you in luck, right?
What? No, I'm not even ready for all of that.
Ready for this? It was a lively scene. I rested my chin in my hands and observed the class. I realized that several sets of eyes were fixated on me as well. There was no malice there. It was just simple curiosity. But with Balboran Vanguard here in the city, I knew that spies might be lurking at any turn, so I did my best to dissuade their prying eyeballs. If I stood out, I might draw their attention. I had to blend in at all costs. Maybe $20, maybe even $30. Huh. Well, when someone looks at you, you should smile. I curled my lips into a cheeriest grin I could manage. Whoa! Check out that Yuki guy, man. He's got some... Look at them pearly whites, huh?
Wow. Yeah, he's grinning like a madman. What is he up to? I don't like him at all. He freaks me the fuck out.
I thought that smiling would be the best way to blend in with the class, but Judging by the whispers of my classmates has picked up on my bionic hearing, I was wrong. I guess it was natural that they kept their distance. While the girl Haruna, who claimed to be my childhood friend, kept looking at me as if she wanted to speak to me. It was better this way, though. I've never been a very good actor, and, well, this way I wouldn't have to worry about giving away way too much. I'm not just making excuses. Honest. Really. Really. Alright, now, question A will draw a segment from center P to line Y equals A, x plus 1, blah blah blah, intersects the perpendicular at point H, as we know, keeping it in mind that 0 is less than A is less than 1, and D equals PH, blah 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 blah. You know, my husband just left me, and it's getting very hard to muster up the strength to come to this class every day and try to explain simple geometry to you fucks. The academics were as advanced as I would expect of city schools. Japan's future was definitely in good hands, though the teacher had some confusing statements about her personal life and the fact that she was not even teaching us geometry. It was something entirely different, possibly math, which would also be geometry, would also be, you know, I don't even know what they were speaking. You know what? Let me tell you, these city schools, much better than the country ones. Alright, who knows the answer? Yuki-kun? Oh, shit, yes, ma'am. Why is he standing at attention? That's some, A-grade fucking country shit there. As I stood, the class went into an uproar. Isn't that what you're supposed to do when the teacher calls on you? I decided to disregard the reaction and walked up to the blackboard to begin solving the equation. Sorry, to answer the question, you start from the center P, if I'm not mistaken. I solved the problem easily. It was on the level of what I had been taught in the Imperial Academy. Wow. I mean, not to brag, but I'd never had any difficulties with my schooling of this world. After all, I had learned most of it years ago. But I didn't want to stand out for being too advanced, so I was sure to make mistakes from time to time. Yeah, that's what I did too, Yuki. Yeah, I just occasionally made mistakes to blend in better with the society. In truth, my first few years in the world were hard ones, like when I first started going to elementary school. I had to learn to tie my shoes, and you know how hard it is to pretend to learn to tie your shoes? You want to talk about bad acting? Jesus Christ, that's where I knew. That's where I'm like, Yuki-san, you are not a good actor.
Oh, Yuki-kun, you have to concentrate on the game. Oh.
The teacher lightly grabbed my shoulder. I had been trained for attacks from behind, and my auto-defense reflexes kicked in and broke her bitch-ass arm. I've gotten them under control since then, but at the time, they still fired off almost automatically.
What is... Oh, a child like you can't intimidate me, you little brat. A clear act of aggression.
I tightened my grip around her wrist. I tightened my grip around her wrist on my shoulder and decided on a joint lock. The joint creaked painfully.
Admit it. You call yourself a teacher, but you're secretly a Balboran spy.
Oh, God. Unable to withstand my force. Wink. The spy disguised as a teacher slowly dropped to the ground. That's when I realized she was not a spy, and just an elementary school teacher that I had just assaulted. And that was the first time I went to juvenile detention. In the end, Mother Hirumi was called to the school. She and the principal both had a strict talk with me. In the years since I acquired this body, I'd had a lot of problems adjusting to the natural order of this world. Like mothers being in charge of children, what kind of bullshit is that? But that's all changed now. I finished writing on the whiteboard and returned to the marker.
Well, that's very well done. You see, in this case, a differential isn't required.
Yeah, I'd done very well indeed. Now, for the next problem, how about Kazumi-san?
Yes, ma'am.
Kazumi answered uncertainly. She had recently come back from overseas, as I understood, and these equations required reading comprehension. That problem itself was quite difficult, and... The row of desks went Ichimonji, Kazumi, me, then Haruna. As Kazumi stood up nervously, I scribbled the answer in the margin of my notebook. Then I tapped the side of my desk with a finger to try to draw her attention.
Sorry, the answer to the problem is...
Kazumi noticed my notebook and waveringly gave the answer to the teacher. I know it's not good to cheat, but I didn't want to get her labeled as a dunce on our first day. I mean, a vampire who's here to drain our blood and kill us all, yes, but a dunce, no. In this case, there was nothing wrong with helping her just a bit. I felt the gaze on me from the other side. I looked over to see Haruna watching me, a happy smile on her lips.
You never change, Yamato-kun. You always have to help someone in need.
I didn't do anything. My notebook just slipped. And that's all.
I know you did that for her. I'm sure you're the Yamato-kun I used to know.
She was determined not to listen to me. She was determined to become my wife and future heir. What? No. I let out a sigh and pretended to focus on the class again.
Never give up, fight for the